All right. It's my understanding we left off on Thursday, and we had already gone over meiosis and a couple of stages in meiosis. And as I'm glancing at your notes, I'm seeing that. I just want to do a quick little review of those stages, okay? So as we go through, what was the first step in meiosis? First step, looking at your notes. First step, Morgan. Prophase 1, okay? And the key with prophase 1, and as we look at it, and let me take, okay, you should see chromosomes, right? Yes. Do you see the spindle fibers and the centrioles in your drawing? Yes. Yes, you do. Okay, so if I do mine real quick. And I had 2 big and then 2 little, right? All right. So with that being said, you've got prophase. Now let's look at your cell pictures. Your pictures that are in the middle of your table. Okay. What did we decide comes first? I want you to take about 15 seconds. Okay, now that we've reviewed prophase 1, you've looked at your pictures, do you still think that one comes first? 15 seconds at your table. Which one comes first? What do you think? I'm giving you permission to talk. All right. What do you guys think? Which one comes first? And I did a really bad drawing up here. I forgot my nuclear membrane. Didn't I? Bad teacher. Okay. What do we think comes first? Who would like to share your pictures? Kira, what do you think comes first? D. D. Why do you think D comes first? Okay, there's only one. Here's my question to you. Do you still see the nuclear membrane? Yeah. Yes? Can you see the chromosomes? Yes. Yes? Okay. So there's a nuclear membrane and we see the chromosomes. 2 big things with prophase 1. Okay, so yes, in fact, D does come first. Okay. Now, what comes after prophase 1? Looking at your notes, raise your hand. Somebody tell me the next step. Claire? Metaphase 1. Good. Now the key with metaphase, and as you look at your drawing, you should have your spindle fibers, right? And then they're paired up next to each other dancing. It's almost like a square dance. They're dancing next to their couple. I did. I'm just doing it as quick as I can because you guys have drawn it. All right. Key is with metaphase, what do we remember? What's the saying? Even with our song from Meiosis, what's the saying with metaphase? What's the saying, Taylor? They all line up. Okay? So looking at your pictures, we decided that D went first, so we can put that first. Okay, let's look at our cell pictures. What do you think comes next? Which one do you think? Talk it out with your table.
H. A for H.
Why do you think E? They're all lined up. How many cells do you have in E?
1 and 2.
But then there's one over D.
10.
So this would probably be...
Well, wait. Okay. The key is they're all lined up in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when we're looking at this cell right here. So is there still one cell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're good. All right. What do you guys think? Which cell picture comes next? What do you think, Samantha? E. Why E? They're all lined up and there's still one cell. So when we're talking about order, if you had D and then E, so far you're right. If you're not, If you didn't have them in that order, go ahead and put them in that order. Shh, guys, it's not. Okay. All right, what comes after metaphase? What comes after metaphase, Matt? Anaphase, good. So we've got anaphase 1. Our key word with anaphase is move apart or separating. So as we fill in our boxes there, okay, the pair of chromosomes are going to separate and pull apart. You know that I've underlined it, so you know that it goes in your notes. Okay. All right. Now, as we go through and as we draw our pictures, we'll start with our pencil. We're going to go ahead and draw our centrioles and our spindle fibers. Now, our spindle fibers are going to start to break apart. So the music starts to dwindle. Sense, okay? Now our chromosomes, one person called the other a bad name or made fun of them. So they decided it's best if we just stay a couple instead of trying to dance with our friends. You'll notice that they've separated. Okay, so you're working on your picture. Look at your chromosomes. Now, what I need for you to do, the side conversations need to stop. Okay? As you're finishing up your picture, what I need for you to do is I need you to look at your cells. Okay? Look at your cell pictures in the middle of your table. And which one do you think represents anaphase 1? Do you think you are right? Do you need to make a change? Take 15 seconds at your table, real quick. Do you think you're good? Okay, if you have an argument, voice that. All right, I'm seeing some consensus, I think. What do we think is anaphase 1? Which cell? All right, Kayla, what do you think? C, why do you think C? Good, there's still one cell, and they're starting to pull apart. So we've got D, E, C. Go ahead and make sure you're in that order. Okay? All right, what comes after anaphase? What comes after anaphase? Claire? Telophase 1, good. Okay? All right, so with telophase 1, that's where our cytoplasm divides, and we have that first division. Okay? So the cytoplasm divides. Okay? And each new cell has one duplicated chromosome. So we can look, and we actually, you notice there, this is the end of meiosis 1. So this is our first 4 steps. This is our halfway point. Okay? So as this is our halfway point, let's work on our drawing. I'm going to start with my pencil as usual first. Okay? We've got half of our centrioles in one cell and half of our spindle fibers in the other. Okay. And our duplicated chromosome, they've kind of separated. They've gone to separate rooms. They can't get over the insult. And because they can't get over the insult, they've divided themselves. Okay? All right. Now, I will tell you that telophase 1, okay, there are a few changes between telophase 1 and prophase 2. So as we look, we'll point out the cell after we talk about prophase 2. Okay? All right. It's with me, and you have your pictures. If you're struggling, you remember you've got your pictures in your book to refer to. Okay? All right. All right, prophase 2. Our spindle fibers are going to start to form again. So we left some spindle fibers back in telophase 1. We left some spindle fibers. But this is our chance to get the other spindle fibers to grow and to develop. So as I draw those in, they're going to actually take over both sides of the cell. Okay, so they've developed on both sides. Now my chromosomes are still hanging out in the cell. They're visible. You remember the key with prophase is we now see chromosomes. Okay. All right. And this is the one where we always get a little bit hung up when we look at our actual pictures of the cells. So I want you to take a moment, and some of you, let's talk about what comes after C in your pictures. D, E, C. Do you think that you are right? Do you want to make a change? Okay, think and remember with prophase, we now see chromosomes. So what do you think? What are you going to say? D, E, C.
H.
Okay. Why?
Because now it's all forming up together again.
There are two cells that makes it two chromosomes and such.
What's happening in that next one then?
They're separating apart.
Yeah.
And you can also see like the spindle fibers.
All right, I'm seeing some change of heart. Okay? All right, what do you guys think goes next? Ashton, what goes next? D, E, C, H. Why, Ashton? They're starting to form back together. Can we see the chromosomes? Yes, we can. Okay. Have they made any major movement? No. Okay. All right. What comes after prophase 2? After prophase 2, you guys have got them right there in front of you. Hannah, what comes after prophase 2? Metaphase 2. Okay. Metaphase, the chromosomes are moving to the center of the cell. They're all lined up. If I had $1 for every time I've said metaphase and all lined up in the last week, I'd be rich. Okay, hopefully you're making that connection. Metaphase, they all line up. Okay, so with our drawings, we're going to add our centrioles. Our music has taken over, and they're in separate rooms. Okay, they are in separate rooms, but they say, hey, we can still dance. We can still have fun without our other pair. And they're going to line up in the middle of this room. And notice that they've attached to a spindle fiber. Okay. So how many cells do we have here? We have 2 cells. Okay, and the key is they are all lined up. So let's glance at your pictures. Glance at your pictures. What do you think comes next? What do you guys think over here after H? They're all lined up in the middle.
A.
Yeah. Matthew, Braden, do you see that? Why it's A?
Yep.
Yeah, because they're all lined up in the middle. Claire, you got it figured out? Yeah. All right. Collier, you got it figured out?
Yeah.
All right. What do we think? Which one represents metaphase 2, Collier?
A because they all line up.
It's A because they all line up. How many cells do you see there, Collier? Look at A. Do you see the division between the 2 cells? Okay. If you look, they're divided right there by that wall. Okay. So we've got 2 separate cells. Okay. All right. What comes after metaphase? Anaphase 2. Good. All right. In this part, we've got another split. We're going to have more drama.
Man, people cannot just leave it alone.
Okay. And because the chromatid splits, we're moving again to opposite sides of the cell. Okay, so the couple is going to split it further. They're going to be going back to single life. Okay, so we're going to go back to the single life. So as we work on our pictures, we're going to draw our centrioles and our spindle fibers. Matthew, please stop. Okay, now you'll notice what's going to happen is my red chromosome's no longer an X. He's split in half. It's no longer a couple. They're no longer joined. Okay, same for my little yellow one. Okay. They insulted each other. They called them a name or whatever they did. Okay, they just don't like them anymore. So they've split. Now the same thing's happening down at the bottom with our blue chromosome and our green chromosome. So we've got some moving apart going through. All right, you're still working on your pictures, but as you continue and as you finish up your pictures, take a look at your cells. Okay. We've got DECHA. DECHA, what do we think is next? All right, what do you think is next, Devin? B is next. Okay, you'll look at B. You've got 2 cells. They are splitting apart even more. So B is next on the list. All right. Oh, we're good on time today. Okay. All right, after anaphase 2, what's the final step there? Hannah? Telophase 2. Thank you for raising your hand, Hannah. Okay. All right. So a couple of things happen with telophase 2. First thing that happens is the spindle fibers disappear. All right. The nuclear membrane is going to come back. So it's going to form around each set of chromosomes. And so then we have our end result, and we've got 4 sex cells. What's the other name for sex cells? Haploid cells. Good. 2 haploids make a whole, which is a diploid. So each cell gets a nuclear membrane. This one's not as hard. Okay. And then each one, my top 2, I've got a half and a half. And then my bottom 2, I've got the other colors. So are my cells all identical? Color-wise, are my cells all identical? No. Okay, now remember in mitosis I had 2 identical cells. Okay, this time I've got different cells. And you might just want to make a note along the side or somewhere in that box. Different cells. Okay, they are different now. Your picture's strong. Okay, now we've got 2 letters left, 2 pictures left. Before we go to lunch, we can talk about these. Okay, we've got G and we've got F, right? Okay, all right. G and F in our pictures. Which one do you think comes first? I want you to take 20 seconds at your table. Make sure everybody at your table is on the same page. Why does one come first? Or which one comes first? Why does it come first? All right, what do you guys think back here? You still think G comes first?
But maybe that's those things.
What do you think? Do you agree with that? Why? What's happening from G to F? You remember what that's called from the other? From mitosis? When it actually splits? That's like it's good, Danielle. Good. All right, what did we decide? What did we decide? Which one comes first? G or F? Mason, which one comes first? G. So our order should be G and then? Okay, all right. What's happening from G to F?
G to F.
Raise your hand. I've not given anybody permission to pack up.
That have. Because that have, yeah.
Matthew.